Tonight, look up and prepare to be amazed. A full moon is rising, but not just any full moon. This is the buck moon, and it's bringing with it a sky show you won't want to miss. While the full buck moon might seem like every other full moon in the sky, it carries unique stories and timing that make it stand out in the world of astronomy and tradition. You might think summer begins in June, but that's only part of the story. Meteorological summer starts on June 1st, but astronomically, summer officially begins at the solstice around June 20th. The last full moon, the strawberry moon, appeared on June 10th, just before the solstice. That makes tonight's buck moon the first full moon of the summer season, adding a special meaning to this beautiful lunar event. And tonight, something even more interesting happens in the sky. As the sun sets in the west, the full buck moon rises in the east. But alongside it, if you look carefully, you'll spot Mars nearly opposite the moon as it rises. The red planet won't stay visible for long. It'll dip below the horizon shortly after the moon appears. But if you time it right, you'll get a rare sight. The buck moon rising with Mars briefly shining nearby. The name buck moon comes from nature. July is the month when young deer bucks start growing their new antlers. But cultures around the world have their own beautiful names for this full moon. Native American traditions call it the salmon moon, raspberry moon, or thunder moon, inspired by seasonal harvests and storms. In Celtic culture, it's the calming moon, wort moon, herb moon, or mead moon, reflecting the herbs and drinks of summer. The Anglo-Saxons simply called it the hay moon because July is when hay is gathered. All these names remind us how closely people watched the rhythms of nature to guide their lives. There's also something about where the buck moon sits in the sky tonight. After the June solstice, the sun is at its highest point of the year. And since the full moon is always exactly opposite the sun, it sits at its lowest point. That means when you go outside to see the buck moon, you'll notice it hangs lower in the sky than other full moons of the year. This makes the view even more striking as it stretches wide across the horizon. And if you've ever looked at a full moon rising and thought it looked huge, tonight will be no different. The buck moon will seem larger than life when it first appears above the horizon, but it's not actually any bigger. This is a simple trick of your brain called the moon illusion. When the moon is low in the sky and surrounded by trees, hills, or buildings, our minds compare it to those nearby objects, making the moon appear much larger than when it's high above our heads. NASA explains that the moon stays the same size all night. It's our perception that changes. The best time to catch the buck moon is not when it officially reaches fullness, which happens at 4:38 p.m. Eastern Time, when most people won't even see it because it's still daytime. Instead, the magic moment is moonrise in your local area, which happens about 25 minutes after sunset. That's when the buck moon appears at its most beautiful. If you have a clear view of the eastern horizon, you'll see it rising, glowing with a stunning orange color. So why is it orange when it first rises? The answer lies in the same science that gives sunsets their fiery colors. As the moon rises low on the horizon, its light travels through the thickest part of Earth's atmosphere. Tiny particles in the air scatter shorter wavelengths of light, like blue and green, while longer wavelengths, like red and orange, pass through. This process, called Rayleigh scattering, paints the rising moon in deep shades of orange and red before it turns pale and bright as it climbs higher into the sky. So tonight, wherever you are, take a moment to step outside and enjoy the calm beauty of the buck moon. Whether you're a stargazer, a nature lover, or someone who just appreciates the simple wonders of the world, this full moon offers a peaceful reminder of how our skies connect us to ancient traditions and the cycles of our planet. Look east after sunset, take a deep breath, and enjoy summer's first full